Okay, so who's ready to hear about the follow up, my reaction to how it worked out today? Back in a minute. Hey, how you doing? This is Jan. I like to help people save or keep their money. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Okay, so the big day came and the big day is still here. I mean, a big day is not over, but the chore, the task of the the junk truck, as I'll call it, everything went very smoothly, punctual, followed up on time. I received a call first thing in the morning. We will be there in an hour. And literally was like literally 1 hour later after the call that the bell rang, and there they were. I could give you guys a few tips and tricks. I have to say this company is reputable. They clearly tell you based on what you have and how it will fit in their truck. This is how it works. I also must point out that it varies between region to region, state to state, I believe, and location to location. It all has to do with like many factors. So therefore, keep that in mind. Not all of the stuff made it to the truck because beforehand, because we don't know, you won't know the price until they assess while they're there. And they're very upfront about that and they tell you that. So it's not like a big, huge surprise. But me being the frugal person that I am, I prepared a number that I was a fixed number in my head that I was going to work with and go not a penny beyond that number and just the main things that I wanted out. I would say that I removed or had removed about 75%. Everything that I mainly wanted out is out. That worked out great. There are a few things, left behind that I could easily manage or have a friend manage to take out because I was not willing to go a certain amount over. There was a fixed number in my head. So here's what my recommendation is. Okay. If you have a couple of pieces of, let's say, furniture, for example, and you could do it a case by case. You could do it for, let's just say a person has a bed and all they want out is their bed. Okay. That person could call up those type of places and get a bed removal. And by the way, when you call it a bed, they call it like in three pieces. For example, a mattress, a frame, a box spring, this type of things considered like in three pieces. Always ask questions. This is my tip of the day. And this is what I did. I called that company about, not going to lie, I would say that from the time I booked the appointment, which was a couple of weeks back, to the present day, I call that company at least, I would say at least twice a week since I booked the appointment because I'm the type of person, I don't like certain surprises. Like I said on the previous video, I don't mind a surprise party. That's fine. But financial surprises that are not in my favor, I don't like that. But I was ahead. So the plan of action is this. First, examine what you have. Get rid of what you can on your own. Okay, that's a really big tip. But for the big stuff, leave it to the experts. That's a high recommendation. The big stuff, you leave it to the experts. Okay, save yourself that stress. Have a cap budget like anything else, spending plan. I know budget sounds so restrictive, but spending plan. And I knew what my spending plan permitted this month. And I said, well, this month, and a spending plan is a living and breathing document that changes from month to month, as I've said many, many times. Somebody's income may be the same every month, for example, but that doesn't mean that their spending plan is the same. Okay, how months vary. So anyway, getting back to my suggestion, to me, these tips will work very well for you. Ask a lot of questions, get rid of what you can as much as you can on your own. Leave the big stuff definitely to the experts. I mean, don't deal with that headache, okay? Put a cap on what your budget will permit you to spend and work with the people, the customer service, the workers that come to actually assess your situation and actually do the, as they call it, junk removal. Okay. So therefore, to me, those are the, best tips that I can recommend. Now, like I said, I still have a few things, about 25% of the intended stuff remain behind, but I'm not concerned about that because, like always, I have a plan B. And that's another thing I want to mention. In life, as much as possible, always, 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 as much as humanly possible, come up with a plan B. I was kind of thinking that this thing might happen, whatever, but I'm still quite satisfied. The workers were on time, absolutely courteous, asked any question. You had a question, willing to ask. And to me, these are the qualities that I absolutely look for. Hey, I was just wondering something. How about anybody listening to this? Have you ever utilized a service like this? And, did it work out in your favor or, without naming names, no naming names of any one particular place. Just don't name any company names. Just tell me, was your experience good or bad? Because if you name the name, I'm not going to show the comment. So I'd appreciate, was your experience good or bad with this type of company? Talk about a business, okay? Now this is just a side hustle. Ever see in the ads, when you look for, some people call it a man with a van, whatever. People change the name, but it's a similar thing. I mean, if you know anybody that is capable of, junk removal, on a smaller basis, I would imagine that's something that they could consider as a side hustle that may turn into a full-fledged business type thing. It is amazing. Now, what I did a couple of years back, now this is for the person that wants to go the less expensive route. And I told you I contacted Craigslist and I had listed, what did I do? I listed an ad. I said free, whatever it was. There were a few things I listed for free. Within an hour, they just came over and just picked up the stuff and got it. Then, of course, some things, I listed as saleable. But in this instance, I was always curious to know how it would work with this kind of service. So, in essence, do I recommend this service? Absolutely, yes. They are professional from the beginning, the middle, and the end. They even do a follow-up call. You even get to fill out a survey. I mean, they're really like on top of their game. Will I use this service again in the future? I look forward to using this service again in the future. And I just thought that I would stop by and thank you for listening to this. And just in case you're in the process of this, and I wish anybody who's in the decluttering process a lot of luck. Now, remember what I said, you don't always need to do the truck, but good luck. Even if you start small, decluttering a drawer, begin small. Does that one drawer in your, bureau bother you? Like, get it while it's like not this huge thing, like just attempt to work on it while it's a small thing. There you go. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for listening. Why? Because I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more savings, tips, and tricks. Have a wonderful afternoon and take good care. Bye-bye for now.